Hello, my name is Valerie Svenningsen and I'm representing ComForcare Senior Services. Today I'm going to demonstrate bulletin board ideas for nursing homes. As you can see, we've put together a bulletin board, and our theme, which I think is one of the most important things to decide at first, is kind of spring summer time. You can tell with the sky background, it's a nice blue sky, it's light and everything else kind of pops from it. What we did is inexpensively, so many of these things are inexpensive and they're coming from a dollar store. There are multiple tablecloths, plastic tablecloths that you can purchase at the dollar store. Use that as your background. You spent $1, you double the background, you double the tablecloth, and then you have a beautiful background, and it's very inexpensive. A lot of the things I did is I tried to express everything with objects as opposed to words initially. I like to get a 3D effect, mix some textures, have some movement, make sure that everything stands out and is basically a story in the picture. If you wanted to add words, you could add words at the end. Right now, one of the things I did is I took a package from the dollar store of stickers. They're wall stickers. What I did is I purchased a bag of pom-poms from the dollar store. Then I cut pieces of the pom-pom off. I added that to the stickers that are the wall stickers and gave it some different textures. It also brings it out a little bit more 3D. I purchased a bag of eyeballs. They're called googly eyes. I added the googly eyes to the butterfly and to the little bees up there. And then I took little pieces of the purple pom-pom and I put those up here just to give it some texture. What I also have done is I love to repurpose packing material. Packing peanuts can be used, and you leave the backing on the stickers, and then you peel the backing and you would stick this in between as I did here, just to bring out and make the wings actually look as if they're flying in the sky. Here, I've got this one out. I can add the little packing peanut back there, just a piece of it, and it brings the wings out. It's kind of a nice look. It makes it a little bit different than a bland, flat item. So then you could just take this and you could put this up on the board somewhere. The other thing I did is basically the same things with the different flowers. I put the packing peanuts behind it, little pieces of it, and then used a colored push pin to add a little color to the flower. With the border, I purchased a package of border from the dollar store as well. And what I did is rather than having the border flat, I pinned it where it was sticking out a bit so that at least it looks a little more interesting. You'll notice the kite. The kite, rather than just being on there flat, I've repurposed empty water bottles and put them underneath to hold this out. You tack it, you put this underneath, as well as the tail. You put pieces of water bottle there and you tack it along the way. It just gives it a nice flow. If you have these long streamers, that also has some movement when people walk by, as would the pinwheel. Again, I took a packing corner, I cut a piece there, and I stuck the pinwheel in there. The flowers, again, from the dollar store, I cut those up, put those in the different spots to give it a little more depth and dimension. This is probably the most expensive part of the whole thing, but I can use this over and over again. It's almost like an aquarium. I took a blue scrunchie from the dollar store, put it in the bottom, took some of the leaves that were left over from the flowers when I cut them, and then I took a package of little children's frogs and stuck those in there along with a barrette that looks like a butterfly and some flowers, just to give it a nice look. This is something, although it was $15, you can use it every month and change it. You could put fish in it one month. You could put so many different things. You could do a lot with that. So it's kind of a nice piece that you can have and reuse in different ways. The other thing I did, I used packing peanuts and packing styrofoam, made the cloud, just glued on some of the pieces, cut them up, put on some glue, and just stuck it on the flat styrofoam. My caterpillar that's walking up the one streamer here, this is also just using the pom-poms, needle and thread, going through the center, pulling it and building the caterpillar. And then you would just tack the caterpillar in a wavy pattern. My big butterfly over in the corner, again, dollar store, but it was $1.50. It's still something nice that can be used over and over again. All of this can be done with repurposed items and a couple of mainstays like the kite and the little aquarium, and then you come up with this. You can then add from the dollar store as well. I cut a couple of pieces of this border, put it in this frame. You could add pictures of residents and put it in the frame as well. If you wanted to add just one word accents in the sky, you could do that. You could have spring, you could have flowers, whatever you wanted to do. I also had some little signs from the dollar store as well. And I could add that dream. I could add that to the background. Thank you very much. My name is Valerie Svenningsen. I'm representing ComForcare Senior Services, and I've just demonstrated some bulletin board ideas for nursing homes.